There were a lot of roadblocks in making this movie. I can name a million, but the biggest one is obviously the fact that we were dealing with not having hardly any money to make this movie. When you don't have money, things seem impossible. You know, it's a lot of begging and favors and, you know, operating on blind faith. And it just takes a lot of energy from a human being to keep going, knowing that you just have to find a way to make it work.
No money. How do you make a movie with no money? It sucks sometimes. But
Yeah.
you gotta be creative.
You're forcing everyone to be be creative and find solutions and find ways of getting things for free or for very, very cheap.
Yeah.
And so everybody has to be at their very best and on their toes.
Necessity is the mother of all invention. And when you need something really badly, you kind of invent it, you know, and stuff. The other big obstacle is like when like a human killing virus comes and kills a lot of people. And
I was gonna say,
movie.
because we had plans, you know, to distribute our movie in 2020.
Yeah.
But because the pandemic hit, everything changed, you know? And it kind of just changed our plans of like when to release the movie, and so we decided to kind of take our time with it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And kind of just wait, because we really wanted a in-person premiere, but that just wasn't possible at the time.
If the COVID didn't happen, I don't think we would have added that whole emoji red stickers element to the film, because I'm lazy. But then because of COVID, well, I had nothing but time, so let's do it, you know?
Yeah.
And like coronavirus, big obstacle. No money, big obstacle. I would have to say hiring someone to do animation and they don't do it, they misrepresent themselves or whatever they were doing. But we hired someone to do the animation, and that was what we needed to sort of basically glue the movie together. And long story short, it took 1.5 years for us to finally fire the person because they were not delivering on what they were gonna do. And that was a huge obstacle, because after we fired him, well, guess what? Somebody has to do the animation. Okay, so where do I begin? The 29th of June, 2020. Tonight we are doing the last bit of ADR for Debbie and the Devil, and tomorrow we're doing the last bit of ADR for Debbie and the Devil. And we're done with ADR and whatnot. And if I seem fucking world weary and tired, it's because the next 6 weeks I am, hopefully with some help, but I don't think so, I'm going to be doing the animation for Debbie and the Devil.
Hi boys and girls, you may have noticed that there were no update videos made from a certain period to now, and I'll tell you the reason. I've been extremely cranky doing the animation. Animation, I'm telling you this right now, and this even especially goes to animators out there and people of similar nature. It's the stupidest, dumbest thing you can do. It's tedious, it's stupid, I hate it. I'm so tired. I'm cracking up. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I want to sleep. I'm leaving after this so I can go to sleep, and then I have to write a fucking goddamn memo!
The biggest challenge was the animation. Without a doubt, the biggest challenge was the animation. Getting to the point where I decided that I was gonna do the animation myself was a goddamn effing nightmare and a half that I don't even wanna get into, but it was. And I'm being just totally honest. I spent 5 weeks teaching myself a program, not even teaching myself a program, but making the animation within that 5 weeks while teaching myself this program. The thing that I had to my advantage in doing the animation is that I kind of know how to draw. I kind of know how to draw. You know what I mean? Like, I do advanced doodles. I'm not I'm not a great draftsman, you know what I mean? But doing the animation was legit, like it was the hardest thing. And I will direct animation, sure, but doing it myself, which I only had one other person to help me with the physical thing, and all that person was doing, Nilüfer, was inking, which I was really appreciative. But it was the hardest goddamn thing in the world. Like, I swear to God, just saying it out loud, I'm being totally honest with you. Like, it was not fun. It was hard, and I hated it. And I never wish to do it again. It was really freaking hard. I hated it. And I just want to say this, I hated the circumstances of which I was doing it. I hated everybody that led me to do it. And I just want to say that. I want to take a second, no, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there, because I'm the bigger man.
Not today.
Yeah, I know.
Not today.
Yeah, I know.
Bitch.
So we had hired someone to do the animation, and long story short, they did not deliver what they needed to deliver.
We asked him if he could animate this wraparound section that was about 20 minutes or so, maybe a little less, for X amount of dollars. And he agreed to it. And he swore he would do it in 3 weeks, which we didn't really know the process of animating at the time, so we're like, okay, maybe it'll work. He says he could do it, let's have some, faith. But things kind of got just out of hand, and we just kind of got like blindsided, I think. 3 weeks turned into a year and a half. And this was us like just week after week having conversations with this person, having phone calls, and then, he'd even send these video updates that went on for like 20 minutes themselves with like an explanation of what he was doing as far as the animation goes.
Which were saying a lot of things, but not saying anything specific. It was like somebody talking around in circles and stuff. Like a con artist, he got our confidence. He said, I can do this, no problem, blah, 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 blah. And for a year and a half, he just kept stringing us along.
Yeah. And this is all during the pandemic, and people are kind of going through these hard times. So we had some, sympathy. But it was a lot of promises that just never got delivered. And we just had to take matters into our own hands.
Yeah, and we did.